Good morning on a Monday. I'll be nice and loud to wake you all the fuck up right at the top here.
Boing.
Boing. Whoa.
I don't know if I'd go that far. Holy shit. I just noticed what the market did right off the gate here. We got a nice little pop.
Are we jumping straight into it?
Nice
No
little. We're going to jump straight into it, I guess.
Okay.
Morning, everyone. This is Whale
Which means
Watch.
I turned off my camera, right, Nick?
No, you're good right now.
Okay.
We're joined today by our man Anthony Sanford again. We're going to have him doing some wonky shit throughout the show. But you probably saw the fun little thumb that Tucker popped open. We're going to be looking at some tech stock earnings stuff today. And kind of just very briefly why it says SaaS-pocalypse. That's just generally because of what's going on with AI. Over the last couple of earnings, I think over $1 trillion has been lost in software as a service companies. And that's just in 2026, I'm pretty sure. And all of it comes from, just like when we went over vibe coding gaming stuff, essentially. Basically the same fears there with service as a company, because you got AI stuff basically just being able to write its own code and stuff, and that causes a little bit of fear in the investment world. I don't know about how fearful. I think I'm of the mind, I don't know about you guys, but I'm of the mind that it's just going to be more heavily incorporated with new specializations in employment.
I don't know.
Don't all talk at once.
We got Phone Boy up here. He doesn't have much to say.
Phone boy.
What are you doing, Phone Boy?
I just took Nvidia for 80% on the calls, and I'm trying to get some.
Yeah,
Microsoft
he chases shit at the morning instead of paying attention to the show. It's kind of his thing. I know, he's a massive piece of shit.
Like, we got a host that doesn't have any energy in the mornings and complains about not having any energy, and one who doesn't go on the show.
One who's not even here.
Like, I'm literally,
what a combo!
I'm still here refreshing everything, and Jay-Z's already 80% up on a contract. Like, dude.
Welcome everybody to the Anthony and Tucker show.
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's
Hey.
such a better show. Oh my god! Finally views, you know.
But also, real quick, an update on the Whale Watch trading accounts. As you guys know, we had both an options account and a futures account running. I have made the executive decision to pull them both off of the platform we were using. Last week, I got stuck in a trade and couldn't even flatten that shit, while the broker fired over and over and over again. Trade failed, execution failed. So we got hosed for a good $1,000 of the $2,500 we made on the futures account, stuck in that trade last week. So I yoinked it all. It's not fully transferred over yet. I'm still waiting for it to hit my account to transfer over to a different brokerage. But I'll be still doing some futures scalping with Periscope in the meantime, just using a random ass prop account with a firm that will not be named because they don't pay us for sponsorships. So I'm not gonna give anything out. But what you guys will see will just be my trading view. I have it linked to my trading view so I can take these scalps. We'll still be doing fun trades. Obviously, Jay-Z and Anthony are still going to be pulling up flow that they're interested in, and will likely trade as well. Nothing will change other than we're not on the Whale Watch trading accounts until probably next week when those transfers clear. Now, that said, what were you saying, Tucker?
I said that's not bad. We also got two people already in the X chat. We got Yate Aseke Ronald something a long name, Oliveira.
Oliveira. Eu brasileiro ou português?
And we got Slug Deezy saying morning. So, guys, I want to see you in here saying other things on top of that.
Just roast the shit out of Anthony, honestly.
Yes, please.
That's the best kind of engagement we can ask for. Shame the
Views
guest.
up a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
We need it.
All right, so let me go ahead. Which one of you two is more ready? Jay-Z, are you still married to the phone? Do I have to make Anthony start us off with the...
No, I can do it.
We're just going to kind of look over some earnings stuff for tech. And again, that little notion of SaaS, I don't know if it's an apocalypse, but I mean, $1 trillion wiped out in basically 2 months is kind of scary, I would say, for the big ones. I think Microsoft's down like $200 from 2025 highs or some crazy shit.
Dang.
All right, let me flip over to free cam. Tucker, you can hide if you would like to hide.
Will do.
And he's gone. Now let me make Anthony take his spot. Holy shit, that's zoomed in. There we go. Jay-Z is just a massive head. I'll fix that while he clicks around in the earnings window.
We're looking for tech software stuff, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. We've got, I think, Anthony had a couple that are definitely reporting.
Yeah, NVIDIA, Salesforce were the ones, right?
And
Anthony?
then Datadog too.
Yeah, and we'll be doing the NVIDIA earnings on Wednesday. You guys will get two
yeah,
episodes Wednesday, the morning episode as well as an earnings episode, just to kind of watch how NVIDIA plays out. And maybe if I'm feeling really cocky, I'll take a couple of scalps after the report.
Definitely gonna play earnings on NVIDIA because I gotta.
What's new? What's new?
Yeah, nothing new about that.
Nothing new about that, baby.
All right, what are we looking at here? Let's see if we got any service companies that might get spicy.
We do have the Grape Ape in the Twitter chat saying, which one is UW? None of us.
None of us are the whale. None of us are the whale.
Some of us work for the company.
Tucker and I are UW employees. I run all this media stuff. So, like, if you see the FOMC interviews, the random company interviews, ETFs and stuff that we interview on the Unusual Whales Twitter, those are all me. Anthony's an affiliate. He's a really good flow trader. Same with Jay-Z. And Tucker is Tucker. He's like, he's technically not wrong.
Technically. I'm actually interested. I know it might sound like weird. It's not NVIDIA and stuff. I'm actually interested in Workday. Workday has, I feel like it's kind of falling off a little bit. I don't know. People used to use Workday in like places I used to work at, and people were just like, I don't like this anymore. And then let me sort by implied move. Maybe that might be something better to look at too for if there's any SaaS stuff. Not really, I guess. Ha! For all you memers, AMC reports Tuesday after hours. Take me back to Meme City.
I just love the general, just the general cycle that we seem to see going into like Q1 earnings 2025. It's just, it's the same. It seems like every early year earnings season, the memes just peek their heads out a little bit.
PSTG actually is on earnings on Wednesday too.
Pure Storage.
Hours.
Damn, they're down 4% right out the gate this morning.
I think they moved a lot last two times. Yep, I was right. 32 and 27%, both up and down. They have very, very volatile moves. That's what I like. When I saw this, I was like, yeah, this is a good one to look at. This is something I most likely will end up playing on prior to earnings and the day after earnings too, probably because they tend to move even after the day.
Oh, they never fall within their implied move.
Like sometimes they do. There's one, like 2, 3, 4, maybe of them, 5.
Oh, I guess your cursor was covering one of them. There's more than I thought, but I mean, still heavily outweighed by outside of implied move movements. Now, what is that in Q3 of 25? Is that like 35% up?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Probably announced something that said, "I'm gonna store your." Something, and they probably just AI something. I'm gonna what now? You know,
they got a storage partnership with Fleshlight, probably.
Yeah, probably. That is one thing.
Wait, let's try to get that as well.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey Matt, if you're listening, can I get a Fleshlight sponsorship for the show?
Oh my god! Whoa! And there's like, I'm an Audi.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know we're talking about SaaS stuff too, but there's also good biotech.
Oh my god, the timing of Riverside screwing you over was beautiful. Right when you said that, you got just blown up and you just perfectly fit.
Whoa.
Beautiful. All right, go ahead.
Disruption
conquered
stuff as well, right? So that's a couple things to look at as well. Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think the big ones are going to be Salesforce, NVIDIA. We do have IronQ as well. Trade Desk, right? Trade Desk used to move a lot as well. Snow is coming up. That's a lot Wednesday after hours, guys. Like, there's a lot, right? So PSKY is after hours too, Paramount Sky. So that's with the whole Netflix and Warner Brothers thing too,
that's such an interesting situation. And we were tracking that massive bull call spread on Netflix, and it just, I'm still curious about it. While you talk, I'm gonna go see if I can find that. I think I saved it. There were two. One got closed out for a pretty substantial loss, and then this one opened up relatively at the same time, in very similar sizing to the original. Let me see if I've got it.
Yeah, that's a couple things I'm interested in for sure. I'm
What's happening?
trying to see if I can have some good plays coming up for earnings. I think we're not dying down per se, but like it's getting a little bit less and less every single time. So we'll be interested to see. There's a lot of that's gonna be a there's gonna be a lot of Hims flow today because Hims has earnings after hours. They gotten donkey walked.
Oh
So
God.
so Hims is
Hims.
after hours. Yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of Hims flow today. So just keep your eyes up. Be careful when you guys play it. I think Hims could more than likely be a good after earnings play rather than a day off earnings play, right? So make sure you guys are looking at that as well. Let me look and see what they did last few earnings and moves. Yeah, look, they're pretty much within kind of like within expected move for the few times, right? So maybe a good idea if you want. I would. This is how I would most likely play this. I would just get like a really cheap, super cheap DGen Lotto for the week off, and if that works, it works. It doesn't, I will just scalp the morning afterwards to play the actual post move, right? But if I'm expecting a big move, I just buy something super cheap. I don't really care about if that loses or not because I'm buying it cheap, and then I will play the actual move afterwards because it's the moves after earnings have been actually pretty decent sometimes in a lot of different things. So kind of interested to see how they are. So
That
yeah,
new massive Netflix spread is indeed still open.
is it? You want to
They
pull
are
it up?
in pain.
Oh, maximum pain.
Not quite that bad.
Video
Pretty,
game?
pretty damn bad. They opened these up initially. The long leg, the $100 calls.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to share my screen with you guys. My bad. They opened these up initially at around $5 a piece, and they're chopping between -50% and -40% right now on those. The short leg probably not quite as. You're going to be getting a little bit of penny back from that. Let's see. These are open at 462. They're currently trading at 150. So it's a pretty safe setup. They got the 100s and 110s. So they've got the protection from the short leg on the diminishing value of the long leg. But these are 20% out of the money when they initially opened in January, and they're a bit further away than that now. They're getting closer to 30% out the money. I'll keep an eye on that. I mean, Netflix hasn't reported yet, right?
No.
Because our initial speculation was that it was gonna be the Warner related trade, but it seems like the Trump administration is pretty against Netflix getting it.
They reported, I think, because the next earnings is on 4/16. April
Oh, they
16th.
might have.
Yeah, they reported.
Go ahead
on the
and
20th.
Yeah.
you can go ahead and pull that out. Let's see what they reported even. Because this by far extends past earnings. These have a September expiration, and if you remember when we were first talking about the Warner speculation, there was plenty of chance that it was going to be like summer or later before any decisions were made. They weren't even having a shareholder vote until
barely
after.
moved anything.
Holy Theta gang. Anybody who sold options into that was probably pretty happy the next day.
Yeah. Swips, where you at? I know you did.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that spread because it's the one before it that got closed out had been open for months too, and they closed that out for pretty substantial loss before opening this one. Assuming it's the same person. Holy shit, did we miss a short?
Yeah.
I've got Periscope
Oh.
button right now. I'm looking at that 6,900 for a potential.
That was a
entry here.
straight rejection of 69.15. That's a brutal
currently
drop.
In Palantir puts, I'm already up 50% on those.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. We have Uber flow that came in for 62,000 premium. Of course, not super a lot, but this is a new chain. Shout out to Brad. Brad loves new chains. I love new chains. I think a lot of people love new chains. But we have this that came in. I was interested to see. Sometimes it's weird because they follow market trend, right? And they can't really say what it is. But let me look and see if this is a BT.
And I'm going to fix these other scenes.
Yeah, this looks like ass side. Coming in the ask. Spread increases. This looks like kind of like a buying behavior. Yeah, these look kind of interesting. I'll keep tabs on this. Obviously, sometimes per flow is kind of like hedging most like sometimes. So I definitely like will consider this sometime. But with the market also dropping the way it is it could be a possible, like intraday move, right? Someone might be just trying to get in and out of it, following the market trend rather than playing the actual indexes. Um,
Just multitasking over here. Don't
yeah,
mind
yeah,
me.
good. Did we just get a new feature on Periscope? There's a little like side like bar
The
thingy on
filter
there.
thing? Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're building a lot of new stuff. I haven't played with any of the new stuff yet, so I didn't want to harp on
Ooh,
it too much. But they
interesting.
are making more filterable settings on Periscope.
Very
There's also
nice.
positioning, there's Greeks. You can still switch between Gamma, Bana, and Charm. Yeah, it's a little cleaner. A little
And
more
we
organized.
just
Dude, I
and we
really
just
wanted them. These dicks, dude. I gotta stop talking about shit and let you guys talk about flow so I can talk
I
shit.
was gonna say we just missed that short on
Yeah,
6900
I
there
wanted
too.
them to bounce it up to 6900 to take the short and
And,
didn't
and I
quite
have
get
to
it
tell
high
you,
enough.
Nick, like your Periscope, like I don't know, I feel like I mean, Dan's is amazing and all that and stuff too, but I don't know, I feel like looking through all your Periscope stuff, that gave me like the best like educational like experience there.
I'll take it.
I'll give you an educational experience, Anthony.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, like the way he explains it, like
I no, no, I was trying to be a smart
it's
ass.
very very simple. Like the way he explains it. Like Dan is a genius. Like if you're smart, he's really easy to listen to. But like if you're dumb, like some of us won't name names, but
Anthony,
it's really
what?
good. But Periscope's so fun, man. It's been I think like a month now for me, and man, it's fun. I
Man,
see why you will never
I
scalp
listen to
without it.
Vons too, and I'm like, holy shit,
Wances
Vons
was
got
good.
best. Yeah,
Wants is a
Vons is
G.
Was
really.
really
I
good.
really got to get him on here. There's another guy who I think will be coming on in March, and I really hope I can convince Wants to do it too because he's so good. I would like to have a whole ass Periscope stream, and make Wants come on. But there's a homie in the Unusual Whales Discord named Puget Capital who's extremely good too. He has a really cool breakdown and layout that he uses, and I want to have him on as well. And he's agreed, but that won't be till like March, sometime in March, early March, mid March. I don't know yet. Probably mid March. But I would love to have more Periscope people on all at once because we all do it a little differently. Wants is
Yeah.
way better at those wide ranges, for example. I'm very in and out, and it'd be cool to get more perspective on it because it's underrated as all hell. I won't scalp without it. I can't. It's so good.
Somebody is chasing VNDA pharmaceuticals. Seems like there's some.
What are you seeing?
Hold on, let me pull it up. They're already up, but let me pull it up in a second. Give me 1 second. They're up. They're up 50% for the day.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Some FDA stuff, or did they report?
I don't know if this could be technically closing too. When did this big chunk come in? On 31.55, 12.31. 12.31? No, you want to give me? There it is.
I'm gonna
Oh,
assume there's
done.
people hanging out in the X stream because I'm not getting any stats from Twitter because they're so good, as you guys know, at being a live stream service. There's no stats. We do have a ticker request once you're done looking at that. Just a
Yep.
blanket ticker request for NVO.
NVO. Actually, I was going to talk about that. So
Beautiful.
funny enough,
They're gonna bounce out of this range on NQ for me and hopefully give me a
NVO
better
down
entry.
15%.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this is so these look like this looks like a multi with the other one earlier on the top. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So for the 40p looks like it's BTO and the 35 looks like it's STO. I'm still getting used to multis, so Nick, maybe you can shed some light on it.
I mean, that's what I'm seeing. The 40p,
Okay.
the 35. So selling the lower strike, potentially buying the higher strike.
Yep.
Lower strike, more expensive.
Yeah.
They this seems to be a little bit of a bullish positioning to me. If true that 40's bought, 35 sold, they want the value of the 35s to go down and the 40 protects them.
Yeah. So MVO is down 15%. Maybe it might be a bottom catch, right? So that's something to take note of. We also did have 3.6. Was it this one that was there on there with the multi? Yeah, that was a multi. What was another one? I thought I saw another 40. Was the 227? Yeah, the 227. This is intraday mover. I think somebody wants to get some intraday. That's a lot of volume coming in for NVO though, for sure. What's the market cap on this? 43 billion market cap. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm interested to see what else comes. There is looking like some STO calls maybe as well.
Getting a big pop in net call premium right now as we push back up toward 6,900. We've still got positive gamma building above us at 69.25, 30, and 50. I'm wondering if they just are bottom ticking this already. I'm not going to chase yet.
I'm gonna get maybe an NVIDIA call here just to see if I can finagle something with this bottom catch.
He's cheating again.
Big surprise. Big surprise.
Am I cheating again?
Yeah,
Anything you're seeing pop up here early, Anthony?
I got a little cocky on Friday with Periscope too. I was trying to short, kind of chopped up there at the end of the day, but
yeah, once it starts getting choppy, especially when it gets pinned between two like really heavy positive gamma levels, that pin seems to happen, and they just stop everyone out on both sides while they hang out there. It gets really choppy when that happens. I try to hands off, but I'm guilty of rule breaking as well.
Yeah, that's my out of every day I've been trading Periscope, my third red day. So I'm like, whatever, I'll take it. But flow-wise, I did see some 227, 320 Goog calls come in here.
Pop that bad boy open.
Yeah, Anthony.
Go ahead and hit F11 on your monitor if you don't mind, Anthony. Thank you. Just to make it easier for the homies to see.
There you go. I mean, already kind of up on the day here and already kind of running here. I mean, a lot of net call premium coming in. A little drop there, but let's just kind of see how that flow looks here. See if we can find it. Doesn't look like it's coming in as a alert. It looks like it's all coming in pretty much right here. Oh, timing wise, I would probably say this guy's here. So it looks like probably 4,000 contracts there. You don't get too much context from the flow here, just kind of with it coming in that big block there. But when it does come in, I mean, you have that small little IV spike. I'd probably lean buy to open on these. I'll typically stay away from it when it comes in like a block like that because I do like.
I'm in a really small
context.
short with a tight stop, just so the homies know.
I just like kind of seeing that context of the flow. Like a good example here, I can show everybody from Friday where these T calls actually, these things were very, very nice. These and I think Big Blue actually gave him a retweet on over the weekend, but really good example here. I mean, spots filling at the ask here. IV increases when it comes in. Pretty textbook there, and then I mean those are up about almost 100% there. Oh, a little, yeah, 85, 90% there.
Damn.
Taking 15% on my NVIDIA calls here.
This guy.
You got in that short at 6,900 on Periscope, Nick?
Yeah. I'm still in. I'm trailing it just to the 1 minute. I'll just pop my screen up quick so people see what I'm in.
Yeah, you got that.
I'm just in
nice
this little guy. I'm just trailing it to the 1 minute. Yeah, I need it to accelerate back down to my 869 level. Pretty much here, or they're gonna stop me out. I'll probably lose like
the way I've been thinking about Periscope.
Yeah, this might curl up on me, so I'm just watching it. If I get stopped out, I'll let you all know.
The way I've been like looking at that Periscope too, like I just think of the red as like a river pretty much, and then your green are the dams, and the wider the green bar is, the
I think that's a pretty fair sentiment.
And I mean,
and they do tend to gravitate toward those dams, by the way. That's why I was pointing out the gamma building up above us, despite being short right now. They tend to gravitate toward them. And so right now, my brain is torn in a spot of, do they test way the hell down there at that heavy gamma down at what looks like 68.35? Or do they bounce us here and target the gamma up above at 69.25 and higher? So these little inflection zones are what I keep an eye on if I'm already in. But they don't necessarily get me to join. If that makes sense.
I'm thinking it almost looks like it wants more downside. That
I hope so. I'm already short.
Still aiming down and getting a lot of negative volume coming in here too. But your premiums are bid side, so
yeah. And we're at a little bit of a bounce point price action wise on NQ, which is the instrument I trade when I'm looking at Periscope. So that's why my stop is just basically trailing to the 1 minute candle. If they bounce me out, I can always get back in. That's another reason I tell y'all not to shadow, aside from the liability issues that could be therein. There's a delay. All right, I'm up 140 on this, on 3XMNQ. Let me pop my screen. If they can't sweep out, basically right here, this little line at 893, I'm just going to flatten this and take what they give me. Because like I said, this is a little bit of a bounce zone. They can't give me this test all the way to 869. I'm just going to get out and find a new re-entry. Let's see what this 1 minute candle closes at. It'll suck a little bit if they bounce out of this, because as I'm trailing down on the 1 minute, my stop is basically right above break even now. So I would really prefer they don't bounce out of this, because that'd be a little annoying, but rules are rules. I want my target. All right, I expected them to bounce it out or just knife it here. So I'm going to take this off screen. I'll let you guys know. Go ahead and continue.
Let me know when you get out, because I'll long that.
I'm just watching that.
I'm keeping a close eye on this one candle.
A lot of that positive gamma up at that 69.50 to that 69.60. A lot of that positive gamma kind of decreasing over the last 10 minutes.
Yep, and we still have it building up below.
69.25.
They have not stopped me out. We're still coasting here. All right, hurry up and wait. What else are you guys looking at?
Man, it's quiet flow-wise.
Yeah, it's been quiet flow-wise, unfortunately.
All week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean nothing really.
I mean your put premium just like screaming upwards right now. By the way, seems like
it's our tide.
A little bit. We're still getting net call premium rising as we fall as well, which always gives me a little bit of pause when I'm in a short. But,
overall, market tide's a little interesting too. You got out of the money.
They're getting very close. Very close to my stop there. Let's see if we get a nice rejection off this level, or if they're just going to stair step up on us, which is very much possible. Like I said, we're at a pretty decent bounce spot. Nasdaq. Still watching. They haven't gotten me. They give me a close above 940, which is this blue line right here. If they close above that on this 1 minute, I'm just going to flatten. Otherwise, they're going to take that full stop out with the quickness. So we'll keep an eye on this. 15 seconds on this candle. We're vibing. We're vibing.
Yeah, and if you got flow requests, feel free to drop them in the chat too.
Yeah, tickers, any contracts you saw that are weird that you want a breakdown of, drop them in, homies. You got us for like a hot minute here, so feel free to make requests.
Platform, whatever.
Oh, Anthony, I have a question for the platform.
No.
You were gonna say,
no.
You were gonna say something about the heat maps, which I was kind of.
Oh, the market map.
Yeah,
the market map.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a good. This is a
great time to do it, actually.
A great time to make him be front and center by himself too.
Since we don't have nothing going on.
Yeah.
So I know you guys were
talking.
talking.
Yeah, they're just diddling. They're just diddling in the middle of the range I'm in this trade for. So they haven't stopped me out. They haven't hit my profit take. I'm just chilling.
So I know on last Wednesday you guys were kind of looking at those spikes in the net put premium on silver, and you're like, well, how could we have caught that? So I love the market map. I don't think enough people use that here.
I don't think you're logged in, homie.
I am logged in. I'm just.
Oh, I just saw the sign up button. All right, you're good. You're good.
Just what did you ban me?
He just wants to get your login info.
Come on, don't bounce out. Just give me what I want so I can brag.
So yeah, just keep us updated on that
yes,
too.
Sir.
So
all right, go ahead, your heat map. I won't even interrupt. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know after the fact, so you can do your thing.
You're good. So market map, I really love this tool, and early in the day you're not going to get a good read. I usually look at it after hours just to kind of see how premiums were throughout the day, but it's pretty much just a scatter plot of all the options, your option screener and all that. It's super cool tool. I spend a lot of time in that volume, so obviously you can easily see which names are moving based off volume and kind of get an idea of like, okay, well, Palantir's down 4.2% there, and I didn't try to do that on purpose. Now that I did that there, Nick's probably like, oh, what? So, like, I mean, you're seeing a little stronger volume here, so you're seeing that kind of more downside weakness, and you can visually see it versus kind of just looking at a number. But what I mainly use it for is kind of those net premiums. So if I'm looking for, like, big spikes in net call premium, all that fun stuff, I will just come on over to my options premium. And, I mean, there's a ton of different ways to filter this, but call premium, like, okay, we want to see what's coming up today. So like, okay, SNDK, all these names that are not kind of within the big group of people in here are what kind of stick out to me. So like SNDK, and I usually just pop them open. I like kind of looking at that 14-day chart just to kind of see how premiums have been moving throughout there. So like SNDK, this is one that I think I actually talked about a little bit ago. I mean, there was a big spike back here on the 11th, and typically, again, it's not 100% of the time or anything, but price will like to gravitate towards those net premiums. And I kind of did a back test on X a little beginning of the year or so, end of last year. So I mean, it's a pretty accurate tool to kind of pull those in. And if you want to see what flow actually made that pop too, I just come down here, look at your highest volume contracts. I'll pop it in here. You can easily filter it. So I mean, you can see if they're big multi-legs kind of contributing to that big spike there. But this is how I'll find like interesting flow in here too. So if I see something on the market map like the big net call premium spike, I want to come in here. Well, let's look for some good ask side flow. Like I want to look at least something that's 50% ask side. Let's go down to our multi-leg. I am not a fun multi-leg trader, so I kind of limit that. So I mean, you get a nice easy list here. Like, okay, well, you have a big spike in net call premium. You're seeing kind of some short midterm here. Kind of look into the flow, see how it's looking, and good way to kind of find little hidden names, and you can do that vice versa as well too. So like if you're looking for like the put premium, if you want to switch it that way, it'll do puts there. So I don't know. I think it's a really fun tool, really easy tool. You get that good visualization of everything versus just looking at numbers. But yeah, that's you get a better read at the end of the day though. Obviously, half hour into the day, a lot's gonna change.
If we are curling up, how's that Microsoft looking? Because Microsoft looks like he wants to curl up. By the way, if we're curling up on general overall market premium too, Microsoft might be wanting to curl up here.
Right now, we've
so.
still got calls falling off, but so are put
Okay.
premiums on that
All right.
bounce. They did stop out that initial trade right above break even. Like I said, I was trailing the stop down, but I kind of got right back in anyway.
Okay.
So
I
same
took,
target, same stop. Same target, same
I
stop.
took 35% on that Nvidia too.
My man.
I'm sitting at break even losses right now. If that's where my stop loss is. God, English.
Yeah, you got that nice flip at 68.90 there on Periscope too.
Yep, I need this to basically move now, or I'm going to take another just above break even stop and be done until I get new structure.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think I've been so excited with
And
Periscope.
they
I'm
did.
trying to.
I was talking about right around 890 on NQ for the bounce. That's where they bounced to come up and stop me out right off of it. So now I really need them to reject off of my resistance here, the same one that I've been playing. I need them to reject and give me a down movement, a quickness here. Give me some confirmation. They need to lose 890 now on NQ to even consider giving me my 860. But I'll keep you posted.
It's looking good. Yeah, I've been so excited with Periscope, man. I've been trying to make it work every single day. So I think that's what got me Friday too. Like I knew not to get it. I'm like, oh well, hey, why not?
There we go, and I am out.
Yeah, and kind of like what I was telling you earlier too about that Periscope. Like
Right at it, baby. Look at that shit.
It just reminds me of. I mean,
If they sweep this in just a knife, I'm gonna blame Jay-Z because he was talking about Microsoft and he scared it. He scared it.
Listen. Hold on. The reason I said that was I was interested to know what you guys' thoughts are on the actual market map thing, and then also the Periscope situation. Because I've been using Periscope and like the indexes here as well to see if like
they might go for 850. I'm not chasing. Good trade.
The calls and stuff might be just fake outs, right? Because someone might be loading on something and then
yeah, that's fair.
Just get knifed. That's so it's kind of nice to just be able to like use all of it to come to a certain conclusion. It'll stop you from taking a trade, right? Or it'll help you from like actually like not making an error, right? So like it's a I've been trying to use all of it. Like I know that I think Vaughn's and So Fortune and all those people to Tire and like Sam, they use like all the indexes and stuff to be able to like figure out if they want to take a position in a different like a Mag 7 company or something, right? Like if it's moving or something like that. So I'm trying to be able to do that as well. With flow being so boring, unfortunately, I hate to say it like that. For the past few weeks, I've been trying to just intraday scalp all the Mag 7s just to compensate, you know.
Oh, they did
So
go to 850.
very
Woo!
nice.
Let's see if they
Dang.
waterfall here. So I'm gonna just real quick show that trade. Here you see entry. Canceled my stop order, obviously, because we made the move I wanted. Sold those at 925, which was right up here off of this green candle, and got out right down here at the level that I'm talking about. All of my drawings just okay. I'll refresh that in a second. Basically, right here, 850. I don't even want to draw a line. I'm just going to close it and reopen it entirely. How about that?
Cash me out. How about that?
I will say I've had back in the day I stopped using TradingView altogether because it would just at random delete my shit, and that appears to still be an issue. I love that. I love that. So I get to redraw them. I'll do that off screen. God damn. So right up here, this is where I got stopped out on this green candle, and got right back in on that long wick. That 869 remained my target because that's been kind of a support I've had for a hot minute. They obviously went all the way down to the 50. But on Periscope, the reason I got back in is because we made a clean rejection of that 6880. They wicked above it towards 6890, hard reject. That's when I wanted to get right back in, so I did. And like Anthony and I have been saying, they're building this positive gamma down below. Those become targets for me, especially since the ones that gave me worries up above fell off. That positive gamma is coming off. They're getting out of long calls up there. They're building them down here. Ultimately, it'd be cool to get that full target way down at 6840 that has that wide gap of negative gamma below it. But since we came down to the bottom of this range of positive gamma, think about it. If market makers, institutions are long there, they don't want it to go too far below that, do they? Then they have to start repositioning and rebalancing. Again, market makers don't have to get you. They make the market. It's literally in the name. You're not going to trade options without market makers. It's not going
Who's
to
gonna
happen.
buy my stuff? If
Yeah, who's going to sell shit to
Yeah.
you? Who are you going to buy? Like, you got to go find that. You're not getting shit done, man. But since we got to the bottom of that positive gamma, again, I see them as little magnets that they tend to gravitate toward if they're heavily positioned there. We already knifed through the negative gamma. We had a flip to positive gamma at 68.90, which was that rejection I was talking about that gave us our entry. Betting on them to come to the bottom of this range, and they did. I expected it to bounce. It is. We can still go lower. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, we had this heavy gamma here. But we took one loss for about $150 and then took that win for just under $400. Net positive on that trade. I just wanted to graph out on Periscope why, alongside my price action levels, that's where I took my profit. I am still seeing net call premiums dump. So if they give any kind of substantial bounce without anything else changing, I'm gonna short again.
I was gonna say you just had that nice little flip at 6860 there to negative gamma there. Adds more fuel to the fire there.
So I'll be keeping an eye on that while I go back and redraw my fucking levels. It looks like they're going to be given this rejection right here and stair step down again. But I need to redraw my levels, so I'm not going to chase that. I can't believe it deleted my level. Yeah, it can't be serious. That's crazy. All right, go ahead and start filter diving. Guys, if you have requests, drop that shit in chat. Give us some stuff to pull up. Ask some questions. You got us for a hot minute here.
You got some for Jay-Z here, some DGen Avgo 0-day puts coming in.
Oh, I'm already in some 0-day puts on certain things, so I'm not gonna touch anything anymore. Just gonna let my shit go. But I'm looking at some possible earnings plays. See if there's anything that's popping up early morning. We did have this come in, the ALSN 105P 320. They have earnings after hours. Very curious to see they had some call. They had some call and put volume on 219, so I want to see what that is as well. And then I want to dive into this a little bit and see what. I Yeah, one timestamp. I hate that because it's a 0.9 and a 1.6 spot, 2.15. What is that math? 70 and 55 difference. Said that math right? 55? No, 65. 70 and 60. I mean, it's barely in it's a barely midfill, right? So I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't know exactly where to lean on these just because I'm not super sure what the trader was thinking when they bought this, right? I will say if I'm looking at a liquid stock, I will always start trying to hit the bid first. Then I will hit a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher until I get filled. If I really want it, right? So could be a case of what's going on over here, but not super sure. But yeah. Did anybody see Nick? Was it on my screen or Anthony's screen?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I figured as much.
There you go. Take two.
Take
Oh,
two.
good
Okay.
job.
Great.
I'm
Good job.
trying to
Good
figure out why
job.
the hell my drawings disappeared. I don't want to have to
Alright.
redraw it. There's like 50 of
Alright.
them.
Okay, if people can see, I guess now, right?
They're probably like, why is he talking about Avgo, but it's not Avgo?
My
I'll
bad.
be. Hope everybody can see this now, but yeah. So the ALSN came in 105p. They have earnings after hours, right? Not a huge move, I think, in my opinion. Let me double check before I confirm that. They do move sometimes, not all the time. So, but the flow that came in was this 105p. 160 fill, you have a point 0.9 bid and 2.15 ask. You only have one tape in this instant, right? So I'm not really certain. I'm saying, I'm not certain about this, but the 160 is 70 away from the point 0.9 and 65 away from the point 0.15, right? The 2.15. So it's basically almost a quote unquote right at the mid, right? It's coming right at the mid. So I normally when I play stuff for this and it's liquid and I really want to buy something, I kind of start around the bid area. So let's say I start at 1.00, they don't fill me, I try for 1.15, they don't fill me, 1.2. I keep going up until I get a fill on those, right? It's kind of how that works for me. Maybe this person's doing the same thing. I don't know. Like that's just my thought process behind it. So I would want to look into it. But the reason I would probably end up staying away from this is because if you look at its past moves, it doesn't move enough for me to want to take a risk on something that I'm not 100% sure on what the flow is doing. So the 13%, the 10%, yeah, sure, it does move like quote unquote, but I'm looking for something with a super high implied move that or that would move a lot prior to what it might do right now. So I am really that's kind of my thought process when it comes to taking earnings play. I want to see big prior moves like 20%, 15, 20% at least. So I would with this type of flow and not being sure what this trader is doing or what they had in their mind, right? Unless if it's one of you guys, let me know. That'd be great. Uh, but yeah, I would just end up staying away from this just because I'm not certain. And if I want to, if like for example, let's say that it does move like 30%, right? And I really want to take a gamble. I wouldn't play this contract. I would buy a cheap contract because again, I don't know what they're trying to do or what the direction is going to be. So I would go buy a super cheap contract and I would play it if I really wanted to play it. But this does not scream play to me with compared to with the bad like the unread like not unreadable like the hard to read flow plus the not so prior crazy moves, right? So if that makes sense for earnings.
Yeah. Right now, I'm just still butthurt that all my drawings are.
You degen earnings. That Avgo flow does look pretty good though. I mean, anything,
GT.
yeah, anything 0 day though. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I mean, internal flow wise here, it's filling at the ask. Your IV rises coming up, fills at the ask that entire time. You have the same timing right here at the end. Another small pop in that IV. Again, 0 day though, you get chopped up real quick. But flow wise, I mean, it reads as a buy to me there. I'm just not that zero. But I mean, a quick little move on those 222. They're at 243 there. I mean, quick 10%.
Yeah.
I have to see. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that 0 day stuff. But I mean, again, just that flow wise, it's meeting everything that I like to see with that IV increase. Spot filling at the ask even increases a little bit more with some size and premium there. Yeah, just one of those ones though, where it's have to see where it goes. And they're right at the money too. So I mean, to me, that's a little more confirmation there. Versus if they were like 7% out of the money in their 0 days, I mean, then it's a little kind of junky there. I'd say more. But again, anything 0 days is gonna always be risky.
We still got more positive gamma building up beneath us, and we're kind of basing underneath that last positive gamma zone that was my target to the downside. It's becoming resistance now. I'm going to fish for a short entry. I'll keep you posted. But man, I'm pissed my levels are gone. I'm so mad. Upset.
Oh yeah, you got that big growth on that positive at
Yes, sir.
68.40 and 68.50.
We're starting to move a little now. My entry's not ideal, so I'm going to be fishing for them as they bounce within my price action range here.
Do I get?
It looks like they're just going to give it to me.
I mean, it's
Give me a
still
new little
saying
day.
down to me. Your spot gamma's still heavily
Yeah.
negative.
My true stop would be pretty far away, so I'm keeping it really tight, and I'm going to fish for entries, which again is another reason I tell people not to shadow these trades, because like I've said in the past, and when I showed you guys that futures account before I took it off of Webull for screwing us over, I fish for entries. I again, that 2,500 that we had made in just a few short days there was done on a 37% win rate. I fish for these entries, so don't shadow this shit. I will eat 5 or 6 really tiny paper cuts to chop down a sycamore tree.
I like how it's rejecting that 68.65 there at the bottom too, and you're right on that negative gamma. It's looking good. It's looking good. No, I said that. Now it's gonna go up. Watch.
Yeah.
They did hit my little fishing entry stop there, but I'm still watching for a new one basically right here with 10 points on MN. They can still loop-de-loop and swoop it straight back up, so that range stays more or less the same.
Floop.
I need them to keep turning this positive gamma zone into resistance for us. We're getting a little bit of curl of call premium off the bottom here. Again, they're trying to toe the line of this. We still have that positive building at 69.15, but we're building up much heavier below, so that's still what I'm eyeballing.
Interesting. I will be looking to see if we do end up getting any bounce opportunities at any point in time. To play the reverse.
Yeah, there's just not much for flow coming in, man.
Yeah, there really isn't. I'm not gonna lie.
We say it 50 times every episode. Hurry up
Yeah.
and wait, man.
Hurry
Good
up and
portion of
wait.
trading is waiting.
5.
I do wonder if they give a really healthy bounce to get a better entry or full-blown reverse us. Right now I'm flat.
Yeah, your overall market tide. I mean, those call premiums, both all and out of the money, dropped very heavily too.
Mm-hmm. Waiting to see if they're going to curl up off the bottom here or sweep out that low toward that positive gamma below us.
So, are you more of a fan of like the 0 DTE expiration versus the all expiration?
I alternate. The farther we get toward end of day, something I actually do, and I've found it helps, especially going into weekends. So like right now I'm on 0 day, just in the morning here, all of these premiums are fresh. For the most part, we can see it changing in real time. When we get toward the end of the day, like let's say it's 3 p.m. Eastern, I flip this over to the next day's expiration to see how they're
You might
building.
want to share your screen if you're trying to show us.
Oh, the screen
something.
share's not working on this page? Yeah, it is. You crazy ass. I'll switch to the next trading session's expiration to see how they're building for the next day. But intraday, like in the mornings, if I'm scalping, I'll alternate between all and 0 day. A lot of times they match, sometimes they don't. 0 day tends to win out on the short term, from what I've noticed. But again, at the very end of the day, I like to see how they're building into tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what got me on Friday because I was looking at Monday's expiration for Periscope. I do like those kind of like 2-3 day out expirations. So if you are a little more brave and don't want to trade 0 DTs, you can kind of get that more little shorter, very, I don't want to say midterm, but a very short kind of weekly potential outlook there where you can see where all the positioning is. I mean, like if I pop out to that 3-day here, I mean, there's a lot of positive gamma to the upside from this position or from where we're at right now. Like you look at that 226 and it's, I mean, a lot more positive gamma above us. But I do like that 0 DTE for the scalping there.
Yeah, when we get toward the end of the day as well, if I'm scalping options, I switch those to 1 DT as well. I only trade 0 DTEs before the lunch session. After that, that's when Theta really starts draining those contract values. Good old-fashioned timed.
Your market tide's turning even a little bit more bearish here too. You're out of the money and all put premiums are curling up now. Call premiums are kind of curling up from the lows, but I mean that's a lot of negative volume there right now. A lot of negative volume.
Yeah.
Then your SPY holdings for SPY. I mean your net premiums are ask side for puts. Everything else is bid side there.
They're getting a nice little bounce here.
Yep. You know what's going? Apple is going.
And I was looking at that 68.50 for a possible entry, but just missed it. Just kind of missed it there.
I'm going to go hands off for a little bit on it so I don't get chopped up.
Fair
I'm
enough.
still kind of watching the same shit. I'm going to see how high they bounce into this. Right now, they're going toward the top of that range that was our target. We're getting a huge spike in net call premium right now. But that's kind of in line with the market. If this were a true reversal, I would want to see net put premiums absolutely shitting the bed with it. So what I'm eyeballing now is potential short off the top of this positive gamma range to still target the bigger positive. See how high they can push it.
How high can you go? All right. Let's see if I can.
A lot of that negative gamma at the above us too starting to kind of decrease a bit too. Oh yeah, we just got our flip.
Flipping it like a tech deck.
Yeah, your positive is
You
now
finger
negative
skate,
at
bro.
68.70. You guys are insane, man.
I took the tiniest of shorts off of this bounce right here. I just realized that I'm also not sharing my screen with you guys again. My stop's way up at 930, and I honestly might take this here because right here is where they chopped around. They bounce off this, I'm just going to flatten and take what they give me. If they don't bounce off of it, I'm targeting new lows a day again, just like earlier.
Anthony, we got a request on YouTube from Limmy, the BJ 100 417 call. If you want to take a peek at that.
Giggity?
Why not?
Get somebody.
BJ 100 417 call. So definitely an opening trade. Just, I mean, 800 contracts, total of 1,000 on the day, only 3 open interests. Definitely an opener.
Moving my stop in profit here off of that little bounce.
4% out of the money here. This actually looks interesting here to me. Let's just do this. So what I like about this flow, a couple things I like and dislike about this. So it's kind of firstly looking at that. So typically when it comes in and you have that kind of goofy bid-ask spread here, so it's the same bid-ask here. It's goofy there. So you see when that flow kind of comes in here, that IV drops.
I trimmed the half size there. Sorry, go ahead.
There you go. There you go. Good job. Good job.
All right, go ahead. I won't interrupt again. I'll just let you know.
No, you're good. You're good. So IV drops here, and it's kind of one of those goofy bid-ask spreads here. I am following it up here, so then it does, that bid-ask kind of improves there, so you're kind of get a little better read there. IV increases. So for the most part, I mean, your IV's increasing that entire way up here, and that spot is filling at the ask. The only thing I kind of don't like about the flow is that beginning mid-fill bid-ask spread there, and that tiny IV drop. It does recover, though, throughout the whole thing. So I would probably discount this where it improves here at the end. The only thing, again, I just don't like about that is that mid-fill there. I don't know. What do you think, Jay-Z, about that one? I would probably lean there, buy to open there, though. I mean, everything else looks good. It's just that goofy bid-ask at the beginning.
Sorry, I just took 20% off Apple calls.
Of course. Now I know how Nick feels when he sits. when
Dude,
he's
I'm
in here,
telling
he
you,
asks a
it's like
question,
it's
and
like
oh,
sometimes
what?
it's just not here, bro.
Just
I'm
disassociating
here.
from the show, man.
I'm here. I'm looking at the same call. I mean, I was looking at the BJ call too. So I just was like quick in and out. I gotta start using. I really need to start using Thinkorswim on my computer just because it's gonna be a lot easier for me to use. And I've
Yeah, I
learned that-
will say, as much as Thinkorswim's great, its mobile isn't as intuitive. The
Yeah.
UI isn't as clean
No,
as some of
I'm-
the
yeah.
freebies like
I just need to
Robinhood.
get out. I just need to get out of the Robin Hood mentality for like day trading and scalping and stuff because
It's better to see it in real time,
Yeah.
and
It's
sometimes
good,
it takes
though.
a couple taps extra on the phone.
Yeah, I learned last week that my Robin Hood stuff is not the best because I had set a stop loss and then when
Oh
I
yeah,
hit
and you
the
can't bracket on Robinhood either.
and then I got screwed because it automatically just dropped and only I got a partial fill on 2 things. I'm like, okay, this is not what I want. So
I mean, that did
like,
happen when we first started the options port, and I was scalping SPY contracts.
Yeah,
I had a
it's-
pretty
it's-
damn good
yeah.
day on the account. I think we upped the account by 20% in like 2 trades. And then
Yeah.
the stop out for the next trade didn't fully stop out. I heard the ding, thought I was good. Fucking nope.
Yeah, so I think once I figure out how to use how to like switch over a little bit more for scalping on the Charles Schwab on my I want to put a separate amount of money on it. They're not from one of my other accounts. I want to use it with a separate account, and then once that clears out, I can use my PC to trade, which will look like I'm more here. You know what I mean? It'll be
Yeah,
easier
that's
for me
fair.
and
Plus, you'll be
faster.
looking up instead of straight down at your dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, plot twist. He's not playing on his phone. He's
Yeah.
playing on his phone this
I
entire
ain't playing
time.
on my phone.
I said NQ was diddling in the middle of my range earlier. Now Jay-Z's diddling in the middle of my range.
Yeah.
About to get messy in here. I am short again with a tighter stop this time. We're still just chopping in this little range toward the lows. I still want a new low of day. And it'll take, I think, with the way we've got, again, that positive building below us, we're finally seeing some shift to more positive up here at 615 above 6,900 again. But it's still so heavy down here. I want to see if they can go down and tap those before they give the true reversal to the upside. That'll be like a negative 1 point. That'll be almost a negative 1% day if they get way down there. I'm not going to bet the whole house on it, but I'm still eyeballing a sweep of that 68.50 to 68.40 range before we get some meaningful buying.
Anthony, I'm inclined to think these are about to open.
The BJs.
Yeah.
Now you got bro doing incline presses on a Monday morning show. Jesus Christ. I might take profit.
The
Just eyeballing
midfields
this bounce.
are confusing, but I like the fact that it comes back to where it is afterwards. I mean, the only issue I have is this singular here, but like, it could be just an anomaly out of it, right? Like, the only thing I would say is this, right? This would be my only concern, the 4.00 to 4.7, right? That would be my only like, but like it's one contract, and then, even afterwards, your IV does increase again, right? Even although it's tiny, but everything else is like seeming like 4.00 is the bid ask. You know what I like to do though? Actually, I am going to go into the broker and I'm actually going to check and see, if the contracts are what they seem to be. Sometimes if it's not the right one, you cannot say what kind of is. So
I
what
did
I'm
take
seeing,
profit there, by the way. I think we're
what
still
I'm
going to
seeing-
flush, but I'm not risking it. We're going to keep our gains today.
Okay. What I'm seeing on the brokerage is a 3.8 bid and a 4.5 ask, right? So that again kind of like makes me kind of like iffy about it, right? About this being a BTO, just off of this, because sometimes I don't know the reports or how it reports. Sometimes Nick, there are kind of sometimes errors, right, with reports sometimes, with the bid ask.
Yeah, they'll get modified orders and stuff if there's weird shit. But man, it's a long ad. Tucker, I'm going to give you a link to spam. There's a really good explanation by Dan on the Info Hub about that, as well as the above ask below bid shit. Just consider above ask and below. Long story short, above ask, below bid. Consider them at ask and at bid. There's no shady shit. Nobody's paying more than they're worth because they're excited to get in. It's nothing like that.
And
I mean,
that flow doesn't.
at face value, it looks like a
But
big
all
deal.
it when they're identical, that's literally just what it is. People are willing to buy and sell at the same price. They fill there.
And those BJs do overlap earnings too.
Yeah.
Another thing to always kind of
Yep.
be
earnings is
aware
great.
of.
Yep. When
I
it
get-
comes to like during earnings season, when it comes to it, I just barely like look at much. I don't look at much. So yeah.
I do really find when you're looking at earnings tab, I do really find that historical earnings data at the bottom very, very useful.
Yeah.
Kind of see that
Do the
2 week
ex-
move,
yeah,
1
yeah,
week,
yeah.
and then that move
100%.
after. It's a very, very underrated spot there too, especially
Yeah.
for the earnings traders, the degens out there.
Yeah. Calling my name? What?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Start
yeah.
calling you JGen instead of JZ.
JJ.
Just here comes the crickets.
Yeah. I mean, that looks like a BTO in my opinion. So we have a question from Chai.
Moment of truth for the
Afar.
Bulls here to bounce out of this, or they're gonna flush it right here, right now. I'm in a chase, but I'm keeping it right above this current 1 minute candle, which is a little too tight. But again, I want to see this flush now, or they're just gonna chop back into that range again.
Nick, this
Alright, go
might be
ahead.
a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Why are you trading MNQ futures with SPX market maker exposure? Is there any specific reason?
Not really.
Cheaper.
Not really, honestly.
Or not. Oh, yeah.
Not cheaper. The moves are way faster, and I'm a degenerate, and so I like watching pretty colors. I'm just more comfortable trading the NASDAQ than I am the ES, and that's just a personal preference. It functions ultimately the same, even though there can sometimes be a little decoupling between the ES and the NQ. It's not usually so dramatic that you can't trade your price action and patterns alongside the gamma exposure for SPX. It's just personal preference. There's no real reason. When I was doing this before we switched over to incorporate futures into the show, I was just using SPY. I was using thicker SPY for the S&P because they were cheap enough for how small our account was.
Yeah, that's what I like to do too. I obviously watch the Periscope there, but I trade SPY instead of the SPX. Well, you know how big my Webull account is, my little practice account, so I can't afford anything SPX right now.
No, that's a good way to practice, though, because then you actually have something on the line, and you still pay attention to the percentage loss and gain of it, and you're practicing with something on the line instead of just straight paper. I am an advocate for paper trading to practice strategy, but you just have to know that there's a very big psychological aspect that's straight up not there in paper trading. Like, it's yes, you can prove your strategies and stuff, prove your mettle there, but you're going to be inherently a little more risky with fake money than you will with real money, and you might sit through
100%.
shit you otherwise wouldn't with real money. So when you're practicing new stuff, big fan of paper trading, but don't get too married to the idea that you're amazing if you're killing it on paper trading, because once real money is on the
Psychology.
line, your mental will kick in a little bit more.
And you get fills instantly on paper trading.
Yeah,
too.
that's true too.
Like the
you don't
filling is.
yeah, you don't worry about slippage.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, especially in the world of futures, you're going to get slipped up sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean once every couple of trades. It's going to happen.
Yeah, that was my thing with the Periscope, just because it's brand new. I'm like, and that's kind of how when I started trading too. Like, you see a lot of people start with a massive account. Like, no, because you're more likely to blow that. I mean, when I started trading, I probably blew 3-4 accounts, and I kept my losses small. I mean, my accounts were very, very small because I'm just trying to kind of get the mechanical.
In an ideal world, you're rich to begin with, but you still trade small.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to be rich for very long.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point of the show, right? Like, we started this. Damn, dude. They did exactly what I knew they were going to do. I kept that stop too tight, folks. Wicked me out, and then set a new local low instantly, and I'm not in it. I'm not going to chase this, but they are doing these little stair steps down. The range is pretty wide, but I do think they're already getting down to about the top of that positive gamma range that I had as a main target, down to 6850 to 6840. And we are almost there, 6855 now. Let's see if they keep that support or knife through it. But yeah, small size, way to go. Yeah, I'm doing really tiny size with MNQ. It's only $2 per contract per point. On prop accounts, I'm a little bit more risky, I'll be honest. I'll size up to like as much as 10 of these, depending on the move. Like if I was still in this, for example, I fish for entries, right? I'd be fishing for these wicks. As the move starts, I double my size. And that can get really dangerous with how fast shit moves, which again is another reason not to shadow, because there's a delay. I can be in and out before you even hear me say I'm in. But right here, this would have been, I'd trim half the position off on the new low, and I'd keep my stop at the same spot for the other one. It becomes a quote-unquote free trade where you've locked in half of that profit. So I do what's contrary to what most people think is logical, right? So when you're winning, you tend to trim into the move. When I'm winning, I initially add into the move and then trim on the way down toward targets that aren't drawn anymore because TradingView hates me and took away my drawings. But this would have been here, and I would be trailing it. Since we got a big move here off the rejection at 901, I tend to trail to the 1 minute candles. So right now, my 3 contracts that I'd still have on from the add and trim, my stop would be right here at 852. Then when this 1 minute candle closes, if we're still getting continuation, I move the stop on that runner above that 1 minute candle. That's just how I scalp. It keeps it clean. It keeps me from giving... I do miss moves sometimes, but I'd rather miss a big move than give my gains back.
I was about to say,
and so I always trail that shit. Damn it, dude. I can't believe I kept that shit way too tight.
Hey, Nick, you ready? We came up with a filter, interval flow filter for SPX, right? And guess what we named it? Because I didn't make it. It was.
Let me flip back over. Oh no, I am on your screen. What'd you name it?
No. This is not on the screen, but I'm just saying. So it's Wants made this filter. So we like to call this Wants' balls.
Oh great,
right?
Lovely, lovely.
Right?
He does suggest his tool quite a bit.
So this interval flow, whenever we see a shit ton of puts and stuff, right? And it can kind of like give you like an idea too, and it's actually been working. Well, it's still testing the testing stuff, but it's been pretty interesting because all I'm seeing right now is it is loading up on puts. I haven't seen a single call yet.
They're pushing
So
for his little his Momo filter for SPX.
No, actually, it's different. From
it's a
Momo,
different one.
I think. Yeah.
Well, I will say if NQ just keeps doing this shit, see how they're testing up above my little. I use EMA 21's high, low, and close along with a smoothing on the close. It's nothing gospel. It just gives me a better idea of whether trend will continue or not. Helps me place wider range stops. So like right here, if I were to chase into a short here, I'm going to wait until they get up to 890-ish to try it. But my stop's going to be right there at 901, right above that last local high. Just showing a little bit of how I do. But if they can get back above blue line here, give me another test of my smoothing here at the yellow. Again, we're still correlating with Periscope. Nothing has changed from our initial read on Periscope. This is still falling off up here on the positive. We're still building down here. Right now, it's just looking for how high they're going to bounce for me to try to get back in. And I guarantee I missed it while talking. I did. Lovely.
You got calls on Wants' balls too now, so it's probably going to bounce.
Yeah, keep an eye on it because right here, the Bulls want to bounce it off of 840, which was the rejection point when they made that new low here. This is where Bulls need to bounce to get back up there.
And you're coming up on that 6850 too.
Yep, right at the top of that positive gamma range. The reason I'm not shorting into this now is we already hit where my entry would be, and that's 30 fucking points away. I'm not going to sit through 30 points of drawdown on the maybe that we set that new low. This is hands off for me, unfortunately. I missed my entry. Now we wait again. But here, I'm again still looking for that 6850 to 40 range to see if they give a good bounce off of it. Net call premiums are still dumping with the move, but if you notice, we're seeing net put premiums fall off as we get closer to that positive gamma. If they knife through it, honey, there's not a whole lot holding it up there.
Honey, are we there yet?
Yeah, right. There's not a whole lot of support below that, so I'm seeing that as kind of my floor if they even get there right now. That is subject to change.
So, Nick, I'm going to ask you a question about Periscope, too.
Oh, God.
So, do you... Well, it's...
I just don't know if I'll have an answer.
It's going to be a...
I see green, red, click button, bro.
It's going to be yes or no. Do you... Because I was hanging out in the Periscope section of the Unusual Whales Discord, and there's a lot of people using that 0 DTE, like, interval flow feed there. Do you typically use that, or are you just more of a net premium?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Like the...
Oh, so yeah. People use like SPY proper.
Yep.
I like to look at the whole market. Personal preference again. I see
Okay.
merit in using just 0 DTE as well. I like to use out of the money and at the
Oh,
money.
sorry, not the 0 DTE, like the let me pull it up on my screen, like where you can do the for the flow alerts page for the SPXW stuff, looking for the
Oh,
0
gotcha.
day.
Yeah, that's a little bit what Jay-Z's referring to with what Wants
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
need to I need to
that's where I
start
got it
playing
from.
with it. Yeah. I could see it helping gauge momentum for the
That
indices
is
specifically.
Yeah, that's
Um,
that's what
yeah.
got me on Friday, because it was just hammering 0 DTE puts, and I was like, okay, this is interesting, and then nope. I feel like when I've been learning this, looking at that spot gamma, your SPY premiums, knowing what the market tide is, and then your
It's also I
positive.
think Anthony, it's a good way to figure out your exits too, right? If you're already in something, you see calls getting hammered. At the end of the day, yes, it might be wrong, but at least if you're up, you can take your profit, right? Or if you're like thinking of trimming at some point, you're like, okay, let me just trim now without trying to get lost, right? Because that might be a good way to figure out. Oh, they're just trying to flip it real quickly. And then you might be in a different out the money call that might benefit differently from a move up rather than what they have, right? So it's like a good way to like figure out your entries and stuff too. So exits and stuff as well, I think. So
Shouldn't be train 0 DTE that late in the day, anyways.
it's
yeah,
fun
man.
though, man.
Yeah.
So,
The percentage value of increase if it's right can be crazy, but I'm not touching 0 DTEs after launch personally.
On Friday, uh, when we had that news that came in, right? Supreme Court decision, right? I saw Spy go like I saw SPX go crazy.
All right, they just barely got to low of day there. Sorry to interrupt.
I chased an SPX call. Like I chased it. I chased the chase already, and I was able to get out for like 350%, and then I just immediately shorted it. Right. So I like playing 0 DTEs if you're like if you're if you can afford to lose it, I guess, right? Slash if you're okay with like diminishing values like instantly.
And we've
Because
got
you
new
also
lows, boys.
also the acceptable amount too, right? Like because you get a bigger gainer too. So it really depends. It's risk tolerance and mentality and psyche again. I think Nick can always attest to that, right? It's a huge part of trading. Um, Michael Kowalski says, "I feel like we're just pissing around until some big Iran news blows this shit apart." Yeah, most likely. I mean, I think there's a lot of law. I think this week in itself is mainly waiting for Nvidia earnings. If you ask my honest opinion, I think a lot of market is waiting for Nvidia earnings.
For more
Uh,
tariff fallout stuff.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I'd be careful, obviously, right? I think I did end up. I had a lot of flow positions open. I end up closing like probably 80% of my flow positions, and that's a lot. And that's a lot. It's not a little bit. It's a lot of positions I had open. Just because I'm not liking the uncertainty and how everything moves around like right. So like majority of my stuff has been closed down, and I will look to find some new stuff as we go. Cash is king.
I would say
By the
cash
way,
is a position. Cash is a
yeah,
position. You don't have to
cash is
always be
king.
in a trade. Don't have to always be in a trade.
Cash is king. Although I did.
Unless you're Jay Z.
Shut up. Shut up. Although I did go to a dealership this weekend and last weekend, this weekend, and they said that the 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 theory behind cash is king at any point was that the fact that you can get cash and somebody just gets instantly paid, right? They said it's no longer that case. You can get it paid through lease or like finance. They pay you regardless instantly now. So I was like, damn, there goes my saying, cash is king.
You're gonna buy a car. I'm surprised you just don't make an Uber driver around all the time.
NQ just made another new low.
Yeah, all that positive gamma there's kind of
Yeah.
dropping a little bit. That
I chased.
6840.
I'm about to take profit already.
We did. Didn't we just flip though on the 68, 68, 60?
And I'm
We just
out.
Flipped. Yeah, we just flipped. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a little. That was just a little baby price action, Scout.
Yeah.
I still think we can turn lower, but I'm not going to chase again. I already chased once. We're hitting the top of that positive gamma zone. The positive gamma at 6850 has fallen off considerably, while 6840 has continued to grow. I'm still thinking we're gonna give it a tickle.
Oh, tickle me, please. What?
But I'm waiting for new entries here. That was a risky chase. It worked out in my favor. That's not a common occurrence when you chase. So just know that.
Yeah.
God, I've gotten fleeced by chasing.
I'm gonna be patient for the rest of the day.
Those 0 DTE Avgos, they took a little dip and now they're up
They ripping
about
now?
$80 a contract.
Damn.
Yeah.
222, they're trading at 301. They dropped to that
Damn.
155 though. That's what I don't like about the 0 DTEs
Oh,
though.
net call premiums are dying. They are taking a massive dive. I think we're going to get our 6840, Anthony. I'm not chasing. There'd be too much drawdown on the stop, but I'm waiting.
I'm not trading either, man.
I have bad internet, so I'm surprised I'm able to trade with this.
That's always, don't do that. Man, before we got the new ISP back in the day when I was streaming basically every day for Unusual Whales on the Twitch and the YouTube, before we started doing all the stuff on Twitter itself, dude, my internet was so bad, and the amount of times I just got absolutely screwed by my internet, because right at my house is like the only dead zone for my cellular service in the entire fucking city. And so I can't even like jump on my mobile to close it when we lose power or lose internet. Very unfortunate. There's a new low.
Yeah.
New low on NQ.
We had a X request. The IREN. Paul Rogers asks, IREN call flow 227.45.5.
Here's that initial test of 6850 SPX. See if they can get through that to give us the 6840 tap. I might try to knife catch it at 6840, but the stop will have to be wide because we don't have positive gamma again until 6825 below that. And that would be brutal if you tried along the bottom, because it will no longer be the bottom.
Those put premiums kind of drop a little bit.
Yeah, everything kind of moving with the market here. We're going down, put premiums are going up, net call premiums are going down. I like to see, before I try to bottom tick though, I like to see the market's net premiums inverse price action. To show me bigger, smarter people are doing what I have in mind.
The IREN call flow that we asked me to see, it's very mixy-matchy. 45, 55. I'm trying to find a good chunk for the tape. Let's see, 2K or 906. Let's see the 06s time-wise. All right, so I want to see where this 140 comes into play.
The Ivy is really high on IREN. Holy.
Yeah. 140 here, 0.7, 0.7. I mean, really hard to say, but I mean, these look like that BTO, right? This one at least, and then you're getting a 0.7 and a 0.75. The thing I don't really like is there's a mix of like a bunch of different bid asks here, right? Which I'm not a fan of. But if you're looking at this as a whole, then yes, this looks like a BTO. So Anthony, what are your thoughts on this actually? So see that immediate bid afterwards, right? A 0.7, the increase of 0.75. Do you think that's just the spreading, the bid ask increasing off of a huge buy?
Let me pull it up on my screen because I actually don't have it up. So 1 second.
I'll flip over to yours as well, Anthony.
The 223, 1024.
So when I'm looking at it, what part were you asking about again? Sorry.
The 223, the big 140K premium, right? The 140K premium comes in at 2,000 size, and then the same time stamp, right, has a bid side order right as well. My thought process is where that bid side order is happening at the bid side is because the fact that we had that big order come in and probably increase the bid ask. Is that something that you would agree with, or is that something you think that there's more to?
I agree with you on that one. I almost think these are sells.
Yeah.
And I mean, your IV's up here. It's not the same time. I mean, it's 3 minutes later, and I'm just kind of looking at that price, and it's interesting too because at the time IREN's trading at 41.05. Well, IREN's at 41.24, and that IV technically is dropping. So I mean, that's something that kind of catches my eye.
Yeah.
What are these 45 fives, and they expire this week? So like one thing I like to do, obviously, I mean, if they are, it'd be a quick chase if I was going to take something like that, but 11% out of the money in their weeklies, I always, especially if you're a new trader, I just pop everything in that kind of profit calculator. Just if you had to swing these, you're going to get smacked by theta.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
just it's a 20. Well, if IREN doesn't even move another cent, that you're gonna lose 20 cents on that contract. You're gonna get killed. Like, this is like if you really, really just love the flow, like this is something I'd do as like a day trade is momentum. Like obviously you're up so high on the day, I wouldn't want to chase it, but the other interesting thing is you're getting a small little spike and put premium here too, and I mean call premium's still up, but you're starting to kind of drop. I just don't like that 11% out of the money for 4 days and you're already up so high. And that's another thing too, like we're already up almost 3% on the day. That IV's gonna favor calls because everybody wants calls since IREN's mooning right now. But that's the part that I don't like about this one is that, I mean, the price is up. So, I mean, you'd think IV would be up a little bit more with the large size and premium coming in. So, I don't know. I almost want to say these are sold calls. They're just so far out of the money. And again, it could rocket up another 5% this week, too. It's just.
So let me ask you,
go ahead.
off the tape, right? What made you think was SDO off the tape? Because I'm just curious to think of your thought process on
Yeah. So now, if this wasn't here, I would probably say it's buy to open.
Which one? Hold
just
on, I
because.
can't-
So that 2000 size, the big size
Yeah.
there. If that wasn't there and you just had the small little flow alert coming in here, the repeated hits, I would read that as a buy because that IV increases when it comes in. Spots filling at the ask.
Yep.
But the thing that I don't like on that tape is up at the end, even when the price of IREN is up, that IV is decreasing on large size and premium. Again, they could be just chasing it. They could be selling the calls. IREN could shoot up another 5% this week. But, I mean, just kind of knowing the structure of the contracts, knowing how aggressive theta is, IV's up. I mean, IREN drops 1% today. I mean, these are going to significantly decrease. So, I mean, they could be chasing them. It's just kind of one of those coin flip pieces of flow there.
Big drop in NQ. I didn't want to interrupt you. That was a really good breakdown, but I had to this time because I already trimmed half. Let's fucking go. What a trade right here. I still am in half the position. I did exactly like I explained earlier. I shorted this right here at 845 initially. As soon as we came down here and rejected a new candle high on the 1 minute, I added up to 6 MNQ contracts. Right when we made a new low, we were about right here at 801. I trimmed half of it off. Right now I'm in runners in a free trade. We're up. Nice. Did we get there yet? Oh, we're right there. I'm flattening.
Almost there.
Good fucking trade. Close enough for me.
I think you might have some more downside.
I do too,
premiums there.
but that was a big enough move that I would want to wait for re-entry here. Really good trade for such a small account. We're vibing here. That was a hell of a trade.
So Anthony, let me ask you too, right? On that note too of us talking about that. I think I was gonna ask you a question. I lost my train of thought, but let me see if I can recover that again. So you're saying the IV drops over here, right? And do you think the IV is dropping because of this increasing over here and then this filling up 0.7 at the same timestamp? Because it's a 2433 and 2433, right? So we're 0.67 bid ask, right? Fills up 0.7, and the next one immediately fills up 0.72, 0.67 and 0.75 bid ask, correct? So we're at the same time span, right? And then this is dropping because of that specific timestamp, right? The IV drops because of this. It's a huge order flow that's coming in, right? So not to say that the where'd it go? Not to say that the bid ask is always not this, right? It could always have been this, but my thought process is that just because this is filling here and this is filling at the same time, maybe they just got that fill and maybe it's slightly increased, right? Because if you look at it, the bid ask is increasing as we go too, right? So I'm just curious on that, what your thought process would be on what I say, if that makes any sense, right? So
yeah, hold on. I'm getting a really bad echo. So 1 second here. I tried to pop over to Discord and look at what you were showing me. So 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have this echo. Hold on.
Yeah, let me.
Okay. Is that a little better?
How about now? Better?
Okay. Yep, there.
Okay.
Yeah, I clicked over the stream thing and then it just decided to echo everything there. So I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, you just gotta mute it. You just gotta mute the stream.
Yeah. Oh, it was muted. Oh, it was muted. Don't worry.
Interesting.
It's just tech. Tech hates me.
Tech.
So if you want to just explain that one more
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
time there.
So the 33 and 33 timestamp, right?
Yep.
This is where the IV changes, right? It
Yep.
drops, right? So my thought process is a 0.67 and 0.7 bit ask here. They're filling
Yep.
at 0.7, the same timestamp is filling at 0.72. Not to say that the bid ask is technically 0.67 and 0.75 and they're getting a quote unquote like a closer fill to bid, but I'm just saying that could it be that because they're filling at that like high point, right? Because they're filling a bunch of contracts here rather than small amounts here, right? So that's kind of increasing the bid ask, right? And
Yep.
that's why it feels a 0.7. And that's why the IV technically drops, right? Because that's a because of that fill, right? So I was thinking maybe that could be a contributor as to why the obviously most of the time if you had to dwell this much into a flow stuff, you don't take it, right? Because
Yep.
it's like
Yep.
right. But I'm like trying to just think about thought process and if there's anybody new that like looks at this, right? Like what would be your thought process on that because of this being at the same timestamp and then this being 0.6 and 0.75, right? So that's kind of what my thought process with the IV drop because the bid ask just does increase as we go. Terrible example though because it's just like it's just
All over the
so
place.
noisy. Yeah, it's all over the place, but they're seeming to right. Besides a couple here and there, they are seeming to like fill at different points. Then it just drops, right? So the actual bid ask just drops. So I'm just curious, like what, like if you see something like that, what is your thought process again on that? Because of the timestamps, the same timestamps is what I'm like curious about, right?
Yeah.
So
So I mean, I'm pretty sure there's an article on Unusual Wills that kind of explains that too. So like when it comes in at that 1024 for you, and then that you see that bid ask increase there. I believe, don't quote me 100%,
okay,
but that ask goes up because market makers have sold those contracts at 70, so now there's going to be a new bid ask there. Again, don't quote me 100% on that. I'm sure there's an article written by Dan or Snorlax in there that kind of explains something like that, but
okay,
that's kind of how I look at it. I care more about the fill there a little bit, and
okay,
the part that just I don't like about that is when that original flow alert was coming at that 4105, what Iron was trading at 4105. Iron's trading up here at 4124 now, so that IV should be increased because that price is still increasing and there's calls coming in. Like the way I look at implied volatility
mm-hmm.
too. So implied volatility, like you see it around earnings, like implied
Yeah,
volatility is increasing because there's an expected move coming.
yeah,
Now, like with Iren here, like when that original flow came in, it's okay, that's interesting, that IV's increasing. That whale, that person is assuming that stock is gonna move, so that volatility is increasing. So that's what I don't like here at the end is that IV decreasing. So are they selling those at the ask, expecting IREN to kind of take a dump, and it has kind of taken a dump since
yeah,
we looked at those a little bit. But that's like my thought process behind
yeah,
IV. Like when you're seeing the ask side calls, like you want to see that IV increase because that's kind of telling you, okay, well they're potentially buying those contracts, thinking that the contracts are going to run in the same, if it's a call, if it's going to run up or if it's going to run down, and then vice versa. If they're selling contracts, you see that IV drop because that whale's thinking, okay, well maybe that name's going to be flat and not move much more anymore. That's kind of my thought process behind the
okay.
implied volatility part. If that makes sense, kind of a little long,
Yeah, yeah. I
exhaustive
was
example
curious.
there.
Yeah, yeah. Because I know we've spoken about this before too, right? With the dropping IV. Obviously, Iron's a bigger name, so it doesn't make it. It makes sense, right? I think
Yep.
we spoke about I can't remember what the ticker was, but I think we spoke about that dropping IV sometimes when it's an unknown ticker. Sometimes it makes. Sometimes it's weird because the IV drop doesn't really signify something for me because I've played stuff with lower dropping IV that has actually run because it's like the fills are different because of the fact that there's not much liquidity in the stock, right? So
No.
I was just curious to see your thought process on this one
And
specifically. So
and the thing is too, I mean, there's plenty of times like I mean, Iran could again shoot up another 5% this week. There's plenty of times I've seen it where I mean the IV decreases at a spot like
yeah,
the big size and the stock still runs. It's just like certain rules that you have to follow. Like
No,
everybody
yeah,
should
yeah,
have
of
their
course,
rules
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that.
And that is one of your rules. That makes sense. So,
And I mean, like
um,
there'll be sometimes like if I see like a bunch of like Goog flow coming in here, and like I'm seeing Google and Google getting hit, and I'm like, okay, well here comes this weekly, but I see a small IV drop. Well, that overwhelming flow kind of outweighs maybe that IV drop, or if I'm looking at the net call premiums or
Yeah.
so on, something like that. And I like the market tide's like super green, just kind of combining all those little data points really seems to help me out more so.
yeah. All right, cool. Just,
That was fucking
curious.
beautiful.
You're welcome. Hey, we're at that 68.40 right now.
Yeah, I was short that entire conversation, so I didn't interrupt. But we are up 500 on that little prop account we're playing with while I wait for the whale watch accounts to be reset up. So I'll take it. I got out right at the bottom there, so I feel pretty fucking good about that.
I don't know if I like long here though. I mean, those call premiums are not coming up at all on SPY.
Yeah, I'm hands off here. But like I said, if they can't hang on to that area, there is not the most support directly below us. But I took it off right when we wicked through it. And until I'm proven wrong, that general area is still my floor. So we'll see. Could be down about what's up?
Those AVGO 0 days are up over 100% right now.
NQ's gonna make me regret taking profit, but $500 on the day. I think I'm done scalping for now, unless they give something crazy sexy. Like if they bounce up to 811 on NQ and hard reject it, that's the support from the last range they were holding. That area right there. If they reject that, I'm probably gonna fucking do it again. But until now, I mean, momentum's still to the downside. I want to see if they can hold this heavy positive gamma area and bounce back up out of it into the original range way up here. But I'm hands off now.
The Apple calls hit break even, I got stopped out. However, I will say that throughout this entire downward movement, Apple is still holding really strong.
Apple might be in don't give a shit mode.
The moment I see something positive on any on Wance's balls or like Periscope flips and stuff like that, right? I will most likely want to take more Apple calls because I think that the fact that it's not being super affected, quote unquote, by this move is like really interesting to me because remember last time I took Apple calls on Whale Watch, Nick, and Apple was just riding.
Yeah, that was the chase of the century.
Yeah. So I'm like kind of curious to see if that might be another situation over here. So
yeah, you look at the heat map. Apple's the only thing in software that's green. That's just ugh.
All right, boys, give it just like 2 seconds of silence so I can let the audience know why I'm gonna disappear for a second. I'm going to take a quick piss break. You guys, banter amongst yourselves, flirt a little. Let everybody know that you're in love.
Valentine's Day was like 2 weeks ago, so sorry.
Hey, better late than never, baby. All right, I'll be right back. Before I be right back, whose screen should I be on?
You can put Anthony's face.
Oh,
just the whole screen, his face.
Just the whole screen, his face.
All right, I'll flip to Anthony's screen because I did see you pulled up T for some reason. You want to tell them why?
Oh,
you did that?
I was just seeing how that was holding up because I was looking.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, it's on your screen nonetheless. Be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Anthony. Remember that that IBRX flow that we looked at like a long time back? IBRX hit $11 today, by the way. $11. I think what we looked at was a $3 call or something. That shit's at
900% of the money.
Yeah, like no, that like the actual stock is like up that
900% in the money.
Yeah, which is crazy. Right?
Damn.
That was just like, geez Louise.
That's a good example there because I was like that IV is kind of goofy and then it still printed. It'd be interesting to see how it works on kind of those smaller cap, those smaller, slower movers.
I've been doing that test and I think that it doesn't. I try to like not use that as an incentive for I think like any biotech stuff because I think that what I've noticed too is right, like when I try to fill on some of these earning stuff, and when I try to play some of these stuff, I try to get like a better fill on my thing. And what I've noticed is that when I get filled on some of these things, I go with the flow and I look at my specific contract buy, right? And when I look at it, I do see IV decreasing, but I bought to open it, right? I opened it. I
Yeah.
opened it at what I wanted to buy. I got a close to the bid side fill. It populated as bid side. So you can never kind of say what the traders are doing. I feel like, especially with those type of wide bid ask spreads. So sometimes I know that Snowlax also says just ignore it. If you can't find the flow, like, or you can't find meaning with the flow, or you spend too much time, just ignore it. You're better off ignoring it, right? So
Yeah,
yeah.
there's always another better piece of flow out there that
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
works
That makes
out.
sense. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, like, just because those names are, I mean, like the $3 stock, like Ivy's not going to be high on something like that anyways. So I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's like I wonder if you can kind of just kind of use that more logical. Okay, well, somebody's buying 10,000 ask side calls here, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
being bought versus the doing all the surgery on the flow.
We are going
We
lower
are
as hell. I think,
dumping.
yeah, I think we're not having a great time. I mean, the market's not having a great time. I might actually chase this with an SPX.
Nick won't
My
have a
f-
good time
Did they
if he comes
kiss?
back and sees that. No, no, we're
Oh,
just
god damn
watching
it!
watching the new low of the day hit.
Oh! Oh!
There was a massive
Substantial,
spike in
too.
those
That's another
SPY
60
put
point drop on
premiums.
NQ. Wow! All I did was go pee. What the fuck is this shit?
See, I mean, and that's a good example too. There, where I was kind of like, hey, I don't think I'd want to long at that 68.40 just because I mean all those internals were lining
Yeah,
up. So I mean, like, it's
68.15 now would be
oof.
the next little area of interest. But as you can see, there's neither negative nor positive gamma below us. There's not a whole lot of positioning happening.
Here comes the chop.
Bulls are going to want to push this up. It would be interesting and brutal if we see that 68.30 build back up more positive. As you see, it's fallen off now, and we see that happening above us as well. Down below is just kind of staying. If they build that 68.30, 35, whichever one that is, looks like it's the 35. If they build that up again and then keep building up the 68.15 down here, and then just pin it between the two. We saw that happen on Friday in a different way
we
to
did
the
see it on
upside.
Friday.
And I'll be real with y'all, I got chopped the fuck up in that range. Anthony was telling you earlier that he did too. Sometimes it's better to just put your hands under your bulbous cheeks and clench them and not touch a damn thing. Should have done that on Friday.
And that sucks too, because that was a big hit on my little goal I'm doing on that practice portfolio too.
I do think that little practice port's fun though. Like it takes what we do with the show, having such a tiny account, to a whole new meaning because you're practicing.
It's one
like
entry.
Percentage
you get one
gain.
entry
Yeah,
on the
dude.
day.
One trade a day. And
Well,
if you could
I-
scale
eh.
that up like crazy and get really used to it, you've got a pretty sound scalping strategy in my opinion.
Funny thing is, I took 3 trades on Friday. I got stopped out on a call, and then it was just unsettled funds from there, baby.
Man, what a bad time to get stopped out on a call.
Yeah, and it was right on the pump too. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Damn.
Like,
Heartbreaking.
just
Dude, if they just keep chugging without giving me a new entry, I'm gonna be cross. But just for posterity's sake, I'm not gonna pull up the actual account because, again, I'm not gonna show you guys the prop firm I'm trading on because they don't pay us and we don't pay them. No free plugs. Plus, I'm not a huge fan of the very concept of prop firms, even though I trade them. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just gonna take a quick screenshot of the P&L for the day to show that all the trades you guys watched us take today were actually live, and I'm not talking out my ass and making shit up. That's where we are ending for now. Oops, I didn't want to draw. I wanted to drag. Oh my god! All right, fuck it.
and I'll
Nick,
That's
tell
where we're
you,
at. We're at
I might have
482.80, trading 3 contracts of MNQ at a time with Periscope.
I might have a interesting ER play. Let me take a
Dude,
look.
they're just gonna go more without me. This is bullshit. They're coming up on that 68.20
Oh,
that
don't fucking move at
it's
all, though.
just updating to the new gamma positioning here in a minute. Let's see if they can bounce out of here. All right, what are you gonna show me? What are you trying to sell me, salesman?
$329C for GNW after
I
hours.
should probably
ER.
switch to your screen, huh?
4991
Mm.
volume. ER is after hours. They don't really move much at all, but this is expecting a 5% move. I was trying to see. Let's look at the tape a little bit and see what I can come up with.
Yeah, break this bad boy down.
Uh,
I gotta, just real quick as well, take a quick screenshot of my OBS because the way Anthony's head's just barely peeking out the corner is really funny to me.
0.25, 49, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25.
I'm gonna flip to just Jay-Z on screen to break down this tape.
IV is increasing. 0.25, 451.09. Here is where it gets interesting.
Why?
0.29.
Why is it interesting?
It's starting to increase. The bid is starting to increase, and then it drops back down. Let's see. Earnings trades. 47, 43, 29 drops a little bit back up, and then it drops to 42 afterwards. The 16, 25, 25. So here is kind of where it seems a little funky because your majority of your money is right here, right? The majority of the trade money is right there, seems like, yeah. So you're having a 0.25 and 0.3 here. Either they're getting really good fills in this specific instance is an SDO. But earlier it looked like the 0.25 here, and then it increased and they fill at 0.25. I mean, this is let me look at the actual market cap on this as well. I'm curious. Our market cap is 3.43 billion. So this is a very liquid stock. Going back to our conversation prior, Anthony, right? This seems like a liquid stock, right? They don't get much of volume as well, right? So this could be one of those instances that, like they just try to get filled at the bid and they got filled at the bid, right? So I am curious to see. I will keep my eyes on this. GNW, this is a financial service company, and they're having earnings
today?
after hours. Yep. Earnings are after hours. They normally don't move as much, but in this instance, it seems like they're expecting a 5% move if they're still in it. If they stay in toward the entire day. I don't like how they filled over here and now it's like a lower end. So I'm not really the biggest fan of that.
On that net premium, hey, go back to the net premium on there. Just see if that trade is pop it to 14 days out on your little drop down. Just see if that's kind of the only.
Yeah, that.
I was gonna say, I wonder, because I mean, a lot of those times when you see that just massive spike, usually it's just the one trade, and that's something that catches my eye. Like, oh, this thing never gets traded.
We have that 10,000 at some point. Whoa, handoffs. Oh, this is messy. It's ads. This is messy. I probably will end up staying away from this because just overview-wise, I don't like it. They are cheap. That's why I like them. They're super cheap.
Hey, it's one trip to the fast food that could triple or go to zero.
Turn a McChicken into a Happy Meal, bro. Let's go.
100%.
Dollar menu.
Some spicy McChickens. Yeah, not
dollar. Dude, dollar menus don't even fucking exist anymore. It's crazy.
No, not dollar anymore.
Not even a thing.
That sounds good.
Man, when the Crunch Wraps were like 75 cents in the early 2000s, you get like 10 of those shits. Oh. Or take me back to the days where you could get like 50 nuggies for $10. Oh my god.
I still remember. Actually, speaking of the nuggets, if you get the McDonald's app, this is. You can get 20 nuggets and 2 medium fries for like $10. It is a
Anthony
deal. Oof. Yep.
Hey, Michaela, I know you're listening. You trying to grab me some McDonald's on the way home?
I might be in McDonald's after the stream.
It's like, now I want some nuggies.
Can we get it covered?
Yeah. Can we cop that shit? It's for the show.
At Unusual Wheels Boss.
Yeah.
Hey, can we get the sponsor, man? Where's our sponsor?
Yo, a McDonald's sponsor would go kind of hard.
Wait, hold on. I could make a thing where it's like the Unusuals logo, but it's got like fries instead of money coming out of the blowhole?
Oh yeah.
Yo,
Wait, hold on.
Or like little McNugget shaped whales getting eaten by
Oh.
Ronald. Oh my god.
Oh my
The-
God, hold
McDonald's,
on.
if you're listening, the potential here
Yeah.
is crazy. And I gotta say, toot our own horn. We usually average like 40,000 unique viewers on the show. I'm just saying, we could be giving a lot of people the munchies. You got a guy who used to go by Friendly Neighborhood Stoner Man here. You got Anthony. I mean, look at him. You know he is fucking zooted. Just look at the guy. Just look at him right now. Look at him cheesing and giggling, turning red. Like, McDonald's. I'm just saying. We could give the munchies to thousands of people for you. And just give me, you don't even pay me at this point. Just give me free nuggies. And we can work
give us
something
the
out.
gold card. That McDonald's gold
we can
card.
work something
worth,
out. Just free nuggies.
The McDonald's gold card for all. Well, we'll throw Tucker in. Why not? All 4 of them.
Yeah, we'll just give him
that's my
Tucker.
Hey, what the hell?
You can just have Tucker.
Oh.
I mean, he's running the stream, kind of. So you know.
I'm not doing much today. You guys haven't really been looking at the. I've been sending a bunch of stuff in
Oh,
the chat.
SOC. I already caught the one.
Isn't
since,
that your job to tell us what's in
Yeah.
the It's
No,
because I'm on the.
no. I sent in the Discord, and you guys got to check the Discord.
Oh man,
I've been
interesting. Real
checking.
quick before Jay-Z goes on a rant, we're still seeing all of the positive gamma above us falling off. A little bit here at 68.20. I know if you remember, I said 68.15 was starting to fall toward the positive as well. It looks like they're gonna tag that. But dude, way the fuck down here at 67.80 is building positive. I don't know if we go that low, but I did even question my call out on 68.40, and we're 20 points below that. That'd be kind of shitty for bulls. That'd be like a 2% day. They're leading me to temptation, boys. I'll stay hands off. I gotta wait for a handsome bounce to fuck with that.
This SOC is interesting. Sable Offshore Company. They
I appreciate that
gone-
slice of Zard. I don't know what Zard is, but it says 6.9 after,
Charizard,
so it's like.
Charizard.
Oh,
Charizard.
why are you chopping up your Charizard cards, dude? Those are worth money.
No, he's basically he's slice of Zard as in like he's like I'm a piece of the Charizard. Like it's a.
Are you
good-
the are you the flame, or are you one of the horns? If you're from Jay-Z's community, you're definitely one of the horns.
I see what you did there.
All right, hit it. My bad. I'll shut the fuck up.
Sable Offshore Company. Very interesting because this ticker can absolutely shred. Earnings in 3 days, so I will be keeping close eyes on this.
I'm leaning BTO on those. I hate those wide spreads, but man, a lot of earnings names, even some of the Mag 7, the liquidity of contracts has been dog shit.
Dog
this
shit,
year.
yeah, dude.
Like you'll
This
see
year has
crazy
been-
orders, but the bid ask spread will be $0 and $3. So you're like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what this has going into earnings. So we'll find out. Interesting flow though, if I say so myself.
Did you see this NE request?
Tucker,
Tucker, what the hell? Oh, you're doing it in the chat. Oh, I'm the
I
dick.
told you guys that earlier.
You said chat, and all I knew was that it was like our usual DM
I told you guys
chat.
that earlier.
What?
Was I
We're trying to
pissing?
watch each other's streams, man.
Yeah.
Like you're not watching the chat, doofus.
This is how we do it, bro.
These young kids these days, man.
Yeah,
Like you
fucking
just,
Tucker.
Tucker, you could just
Fuck
easily be like,
it,
hey, you guys, there's a request in the chat. Can you take a peek?
Well, because
I'm
he's
sorry.
sending it in chat. Like I see the fucking NE one right there.
Some of them are like fucking 3 years later too. Like
I'll just show them. It's straight up right there.
I'm just
right there.
I'm just sending it. I'm just trying to help out.
Oh.
Okay, we can revoke that McDonald's cards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
I want my.
Great. Now I
nuggies.
don't get any fucking nuggies. Way to go, Tucker. Dick.
Well, no, us three still get it. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. Fair. Well, we just have to take him off the trade then. They'll be like, you know what? You keep Tucker, otherwise no deal.
Okay, we'll just give him a couple coupons.
those little free meal vouchers when they fuck your shit up.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
the NEs are 24 245 52. Sorry, I missed my time there. 52. Yep, 52 245. They are calling it a repeated hits descending fill. 245 245 52 and 38. Interesting. Do you think, Nick? What do you think, Anthony? What do you think this could be the same person?
I would.
A minute? No, it's like 6. It's at 8 plus 5. I know math, bro. It could be. Yeah. I mean, they're close enough.
I would make a very highly educated guess. It is just
Yeah.
based off
Very
that size
highly
premium.
about and the amount that's being.
Yeah, they're
bought,
like
right?
they're legging
yeah.
in small and then slap
Yeah.
the bigger asks there.
So I think this.
Plus that
would,
jump in bid ask spread is just it's fake. That's bullshit to me.
Yeah.
They're
I
just
think,
people are just fishing to try to bait somebody into a bad fill with that. They're getting the 245 fills. I think these are BTO.
I think I would want to say. What do you think of the BTO?
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
200
That's what I
days
think.
out.
I'm leaning
I
BTO.
would-
I mean,
I would-
it's the
I
same
would lean
fill when the
BTO,
bid ask
yeah.
was tighter. Now that bid ask spread's dog shit to begin with. I wouldn't
Yeah.
trade this just because of the liquidity
yeah,
issue.
yeah.
Who the hell knows what you're gonna fill at, man? But when you see that big jump when somebody's trying to bait a dog shit fill there with that 370, 360 ask, if you notice, they're still getting their 245s. I don't think these are STO. If they're STO, they got a godly fill.
Yeah.
And they're already like $100 in profit. You know, like the descending fill, I think, is a bait as well. What did these start at? They started at 245, right? I think it's a bait.
Yep. 34 was the first trade. That's the first trade on that tape all day.
Yeah, 245 is first straight on tape. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaning BTO on these. We've got a little pop in IV. Now, granted, that's not terribly crazy because it's only a 2% pop. It was several minutes later and only 3 contracts. So who kind of, you know, in this grand scope of this bigger position, who gives a shit about those 3
There
contracts?
goes Jay-Z buying 3 of them right
Yeah,
there.
What?
He's actually that 100 too. He's like, guys, I'm pretty sure it's a buy.
Jay-Z tailed those NEs there. We saw you come in there at the top three contracts at 250 for $750, sir.
Bro,
I see you doing that.
I can't afford a McChicken. You think I'm spending $750 on this? Nah.
I'm shorting with a 10-point stop. It's very tight. I'm not convinced by it, but the pattern's there. This is not a Periscope scout. This is a price action scout.
Oh, we got
Ooh.
Aspie on here.
And those put premiums did drop heavily on SPY there too.
Yeah,
Heavy
they
drop
did.
in put
This is a
premium.
quickie in and out. If they even get to my target, it's only a 10-point stop. I'll lose a whopping $60 of that 500 if I'm wrong. And I'm okay with being wrong on this one. My stop is literally right above that last 1 minute. If they reclaim all of these EMAs, there's no reason to stay in. That's why my stop stays right there. I want them to come back and test this little spot down at 708, so about a 20-point scalp. We'll see if they're starting to. Let's do it. Nope, they're gonna bounce right there. Take a whopping $20 on this. I'll let this play out real quick. Let's just take a peek. See. Okay, I want this guy right here. 708s. Give it to me. 719. 720s again. Y'all are just being rude. It was right there. It's right there. Give it a little tickle. A little hee-hee. There you go. Come on. There you go. See? I knew you wanted to.
Those
They bounce out of this, I'm out. All right, I'm out.
Those
Fine.
GPKs for
I made a
you.
whopping
Another
$75.
Interesting name. The 9/18/12.5 calls. Hey, that is 1 day after my birthday. My birthday is on a Sunday this year.
Why don't you just keep doxing the shit out of yourself, bro? Your full name's
Yeah,
out there.
Your name's out.
People know what state you live in. Now you're giving out
Yeah.
birth date. What's your mother's maiden name while we're at it?
Yeah. What's your social security? Oh wait, Nick already has that.
No,
God,
I
No, I
reset-
don't. I
like,
don't. That's one
reset-
thing I don't have. That's one thing. I do have your
Oh.
SSN though. I could do some.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
That's
You
what
already
he said, yeah.
That's what I said.
Oh, gotcha.
Maybe if you listen, Nick. God damn it.
Oh, Michaela gets fucking
Be a
free
first time
bagels
for
at work
everything.
tomorrow. I want free bagels. Hey, Matt, can I have a bagel?
Yeah, I mean nothing crazy, honestly.
I just feel bad I can't take. Aw. I shouldn't have taken profit yet, guys. They gave it to me right after I got out. Damn it, Anthony.
Hey, at
Why'd you
least
do
you-
that?
At least you traded today.
Hey, fair enough.
I
Yeah,
can't. I
me too.
can't.
What,
I
like,
can't
kind
do the
of?
live. I can't do the live trading, man.
Like, I'm
just
still
too focused.
No, the live trading makes me do it better because I have, 10,000 people that are going to rip my asshole a new one if I fuck up live, if I break rules live. Trading live keeps me way more honest with myself with trading. Especially after the shit show of last year, which I'll have a whole segment on eventually. about your mental with trading, because boy, did I fuck up last year. But no, it keeps me way more honest, makes me stick to my rules more. Live trading has been a big benefit for me.
I just would
I
sit and
guarantee
stare
the
at my
profits that
phone,
we
though.
saw before I had to transfer off, which I mean they're still there, they're not gone. When I move the options and the futures ports over to a different brokerage this week, going into next week, whenever the hell they clear, I'm only taking enough out to pay the taxes on the profits we've gotten. Everything else is going right back in. But that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't doing it live. I get all giddy and shit still. I still have little flashbacks to my shit show of last year. Being live keeps me honest and keeps me sticking to my rules. So this has been great for me.
I could trade live, but I'd just be I'd be doing JZ.
Just hyper focused on it.
Yep, the entire time.
How do you think I feel? I'm like managing a trade, switching between scenes, yelling at Tucker.
Yeah, nope.
Let's go.
The 6840 is coming up again here too. A lot of positive gamma there. Speaking of unusual whales tools.
All right, let's do. We're coming up on our 2-hour mark. I know Jay-Z wasn't able to get his neighbor to do his driveway for him, so he's probably gonna have to go do that.
It's not my neighbor. It's just people like.
But
Hire somebody.
Let's take. I think they're probably gonna finally bounce out of this. We'll have to see how they react to 69 or 6840 from below this time. If they reclaim it, I think we're gonna go into that range we talked about this morning and pin it somewhere. So right now, hands off.
Before we kind of wrap up here, though, so like if you were looking to re-enter this short at 6840, you just want to see it kind of reject here, essentially.
You want it immediately. So go ahead and move your mouse off that so we can see above. If you don't get it immediately, it opens up the world of possibilities to get up to 6875, where we're building up again. You would want a pretty immediate. So let's say I'm trading SPX. If I took right there, like a 68.35 put or a 68.40 at the money put right off the rejection, I want that to move instantly, and if it doesn't, I'm having like a 5 or 10 point stop just in case. That's just how I scalp. I fish for entries, add to winners, trim on the way to target. Here, I would probably go half size just because this has a lot of momentum off the bottom. Right there, even based on the price action on those 10-minute candles, this area about as high as 68.50 from a price action perspective, right here, right now, from a strictly gamma perspective, you don't want it to clear that 50. That takes out the last range that they dropped from, and if they reclaim that range, it's just going to fully reverse. So right here,
reverse it.
If I got short right now, I have at most a 10-point stop on SPX, and I wouldn't do it with 0 days because that 10 points is going to obliterate an at-the-money contract. So you, like, literally right now, you want this to reject.
So, like, because
you don't
one
want
thing
that to
I
be
think
support. You're gonna have a world.
One
of
thing
pain
I
if you're
really
short.
think Periscope would be fun to use with is obviously like the momentum entries. Because I've got kind of the the selling to strength, buying to weakness down.
Yeah.
But like here,
Which is kind of the shtick.
So like at that 68.40, like would you rather see higher negative gamma here, kind of telling you that they're gonna delta hedge up there more versus the shorter? Like I'd have more confirmation versus smaller there.
Like even I personally, to be honest with you, I wouldn't enter right here. I would want to see from the price action perspective if they give that. It looks like 40. No, straight up 50 evens is the support that they lost to make those new lows. Right across there at 68.50. I would wait for there to reject and then fail to hold 68.40 as support. I wouldn't go right for the wick of it because I can chase it back down if the pattern remains to the downside. But right here, they're trying to reclaim it. I want them to show me they're not going to before I touch a single contract in either direction. If they, again, go up and test that 68.50, reject, I'm not going to buy puts there either. I'm going to just sit on my hands until they lose 68.40 again. Otherwise, that, again, I said it was my floor this morning. We wicked way below it. I want to see if they turn it back into support or not. If they get to 50, come back down, and hold it as support, that's my long. If they get to 68.50, come back down, and then reject it again from below that 68.40, that's my spot for a short. You got to be a little bit more patient after you get the big move, because otherwise you're going to get what we both got on Friday and get chopped the hell up.
Yeah,
but that's just how I would be trading it here. Right now I'm hands off. I think we made I got that one last scalp. Let me just check. I think we had a $600 day on this little prop account. So I'm probably just done for the day, honestly. But that's how I'd be reading it if I was not done. See, right now they've conquered 68.40. I want to see them reject 50. Nope, we're at 550 on the account. Yeah, that's more than a good enough day, guys. You don't have to keep pushing for more and more. You don't need all these bullshit furus with their partnerships with with prop firms pulling 50 grand out. Come on, like that's not real. It might be real in the short term, but I guarantee anybody doing that shit ain't doing it consistently. There's no fucking shot. Permanent 100% win streaks aren't a thing either.
We're gonna get the pitcher. We're gonna get the pitcher.
Hold on. Yeah, the picture. Hold on.
Oh shit!
Make Tucker
You're right.
work a little
Is it on
bit.
this one? Is it that one? Yeah,
No, he has it.
baby.
I made it before.
All right. On that note, guys, I'm done scalping for the day. Let's see if I can make the oh, Tucker's camera's off. Never mind. I guess fuck you, Tucker.
Turn it on, bro.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll see if
There you
I'll
go,
see if
it's
this
on.
still
Nick,
works.
I might
how easy
actually
that is.
grab something before. It's depending on. Oh, earnings is in 2 days. Never mind. I'll wait.
There we go.
RX is on the list for earnings plays. By the way.
RX. You played that last earnings.
Yeah, so pre-market 225. Yeah, I'm gonna very interested. I just had a hit for 35K, which is very kind of unusual with it being a 1.76 billion market cap stock. Having a 35K premium is interesting to me. So
Yeah,
I
that's
will
like
be
a
interested
nobody
to see-
name.
Yeah, so that'll be what I'll be looking into as well.
And they're
So,
cheap. They're $18 per. This is one I definitely would take the chance on in the Whale Watch account if it weren't mid-transfer. I like that. That's a good risk to reward. You're going to lose $18 if you're wrong. Who gives a shit? But if you're right, those are the ones with the propensity to do some damage. Nice and cheap. That doesn't mean you oversize. We did that on Adam. That didn't go well.
Yeah, but all right. I think that was my spit there.
All right, homies. That was a pretty fun show. We got some really good snippets in there of Anthony and Jay-Z going back and forth on how they both use different things. I really liked the market heat map thing because that's kind of underutilized as well. I personally don't use it at all, and so I'm going to start taking a look at it a little bit more for flow plays, I think. It's a really cool visualization, and it was nice to have somebody kind of go over how they actually use it. So thanks for that, Anthony.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, I think we're going to get the hell out of your hair. Nice little 2-hour shindig. We made 600 on the futures. Jay-Z made some banger scalps right out of the gate on individual names for options. Anthony was Anthony. And I caught Tucker kind of doing some weird shit behind the scenes, but I'll save that for the next show.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, there's the F-bomb.
Wow. Potty mouth.
What are
Shame.
you talking about?
I think we went all show without an F-bomb, and then here comes Tucker.
Oh no!
Like
no,
hell we
Anthony.
did.
No, we did not. We did not do that, Anthony.
I guess I wasn't paying attention either.
Oh my god!
All right,
Guess
guys.
I wasn't paying attention.
Let's get these guys into the rest of their day. Stay tuned Wednesday because we'll have our normal morning show and then into Power Hour, into close. We're going to be looking at some earnings shit, mainly NVIDIA. Maybe Anthony will come on again. We'll see if he smells funny again because it's been kind of stinky up in this bitch and it's been hard to breathe and I've been dealing with it for 2 hours. But maybe next week he'll shower first. Find out.
Yeah,
We'll find
please.
out. But stay tuned for that. I think the NVIDIA one will be pretty fun. We get loud on those, and I'm willing to bet money that Jay-Z is going to be putting money on it. If the accounts aren't ready in time for that, we will not be playing it in options on the Whale Watch account, but I will likely be scalping MNQ after close to kind of coincide with the NVIDIA movements, because as we know, as does NVIDIA, so does the market. On that note, guys, let's get the hell out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Thanks for sending in questions and flow reviews. We'll see you guys for the doubleheader on Wednesday. Take care.